Hey guys, Esther here and welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here and ready to learn. We're going over a really exciting topic today and something that's been really pressing on me that I have to share about this because it's really crucial. So today we are learning about how to not let the haters stop you from what you love, and instead let them fuel you to keep doing what you love and to even get more fuel to the fire and get more amped up about it. So it's a really exciting topic today, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to share from three different examples. So one example, me starting out as a small business owner, wanting to be a wedding photographer. Second example we're going to do is the example of me becoming a business coach, and then the third example is actually a personal example of something that had happened a couple years ago that also changed my life. So I'm super excited, as you can tell, to share about these three different aspects, and I am just so pumped that you are here joining me today. So we're going to dive in here. Example number one we're starting off with is the example of me starting out as a small business owner. So 6 years ago, I had this dream, I had this idea. I was like, I'm gonna be a wedding photographer, and I was so excited about it. And I thought, because I was so excited about it, and I knew in my heart of hearts that it was gonna work, and I just needed to figure out the steps of how to get there. But when I told people about it, like my family and friends about it, they were not as excited as me, and actually they were giving a lot of negative feedback and kind of like, ooh, you know, like that's not a good idea, like Esther's losing it. So that was really disheartening to me because I was so excited about it. So getting that kind of feedback was really hard for me to take, and honestly it had me second guessing things, and I was just like, oh, like maybe they're right, maybe it's a bad idea. But then as I kind of carried on, I thought, no, you know what, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. And then it was something that I had heard from, you know, a friend of a friend, kind of was like talking about photographers, and like, you know, how like it's such a dumb job. They just scam people. They just click a button. It's such a rip-off, like all this stuff. And I had overheard that, and that made me so angry. I was like, no, that's not true. There's so many different things that go on. So then I automatically had the mindset. I was like, no, like forget that, screw that. I'm gonna prove people wrong, and I'm gonna show what a great experience you can have as being a wedding photographer. And not only to offer that experience to my clients, but just to share with the world about what it looks like to be a wedding photographer and to be successful in that industry. So I kind of just shifted my mindset from like second guessing myself and, oh, maybe my work's not good enough, or, you know, maybe this is like a terrible idea and I should just stop doing shoots altogether. But instead, when I heard that, I was like, no, like that's ridiculous. Nuh-uh. I'm gonna prove people wrong, and really shifted my mindset, and I started being more confident, and things started looking up. Because of my amazing journey that I had with my business coach, I thought to myself, hey, like I want to be a business coach. This would be so awesome to do, and I know how much success I found from it. I want to help other photographers feel that success as well, and get them going with their profitable businesses, and just really help out those who are looking to blow up their photography business, or maybe just need some guidance in what steps to take there. So now I've helped several photographers, and it's so awesome seeing my students' success. But we're talking about not letting the haters stop you from doing what you love. And I have a very recent example from this. I'm in a couple Facebook community groups, and one of them is a photographer like growth networking group. So I had gone into that group, and somebody was looking for some advice. So I had posted one of my YouTube videos, another one to help them on that topic, and somebody responded, and they commented back at me and said, no one wants your dumb coaching, you idiot. And I was like, oh, okay, good morning to you too. But no, seriously, like my heart sank, and I was like, oh, like you know, like maybe that's true, maybe that's the truth, which is a terrible thought. I should not think that that's the truth, because I've helped so many photographers and I've gotten so much good feedback from my students. So that one person though, that one negative something, a bee in her bonnet, I don't know, that one negative person had me second guessing everything, and I was like, what? So that's where I want to come to you with this encouragement of, don't let those people stop you, but instead let them fuel you. So then I was like, okay, I left my office, I got up, I had to go for a run, I had to clear my head. And while I was on my run, I started thinking about what I had heard when I was starting out my photography journey that I talked about earlier. And I started to think, no, like I need to prove this person wrong. People do want my coaching, and I've seen it. People have purchased it. So that's where I just, you know, I had to go clear my mind. And whatever you need to do to clear your mind if you're feeling down at a certain point, for me, it's going for a run or, you know, phoning a friend and having a good chat. It's one of those things, but I knew I needed to be alone to gather my thoughts, so I just went for a run, and that's what I came to the conclusion of was, no, forget that lady. Instead, I'm going to get even more amped up about this, and I know I'm a good coach because my students have said so. So I was just able to be like, no, like, I need to not worry about that, what that one person says, because I've had several others tell me otherwise, and countless amounts of people have said you've helped me so much. So anyway, that's my example there. We are going to move on to a personal example, which I've only told, I used to kind of keep it on the down low and not tell many people, but I'm going to share it with you guys because I find that it's really relevant to the topic today of not letting the haters stop you, but instead let them fuel you to be a better person or run a better business or whatever it is. So for my personal example, we're going to take it back to high school. This was in grade 9. I was a lot more insecure. I had very little confidence, and I liked this guy, and we were, texting. We didn't talk at school too much because I don't know why. You text, but you don't really talk as much in school. It's weird. That's just what grade 9 was like. So anyway, we were texting back and forth, and then one night he was like, oh, like, I really enjoy talking to you. And I was like, oh, sweet. And then the next text proceeded to say, it's too bad we can't date because I don't date girls who weigh more than me. And I was like, oh, wow. And if I had gotten that text today, you know, it'd be a way different story. But this was in grade 9, and I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I was just blown away at this text. And so anyway, we stopped talking, but that's besides the point. Instead of me just like sulking and being like, oh, this sucks, like no one likes me, this is terrible, I hate my life, I'm gonna go into a deep depression. Instead of that, which I felt sad in the moment, but then reflecting back on it, a year after that, I kept thinking about that and I couldn't get it out of my head. So instead of being all down and whatnot, I was like, okay, you know what? We're gonna change things and I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. Not for him, but for myself. So that was like such a big game changer for me to be able to shift that mindset of like, no, like, forget that. That's a terrible comment. You should never say that to someone. But I'm not gonna let it get to me, and instead I'm going to take that terrible thought, and instead I'm gonna get in the best shape of my life, and that's just like as simple as it is. Was kind of that shift in mindset. So I'll put a picture up in a second to show you guys kind of what my starting point was, and then that motivation factor. So that's kind of what I mean of like taking a negative thing or maybe something that a hater says and twisting it so that it can benefit you and you can just feel your fire even more, and let that negativity just like fuel you and get even more fire to your soul than you did before. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover today, and I'm so thankful that you joined in, and I look forward to seeing you soon, and don't forget to hit subscribe below. Thanks, guys.